Hey everybody, FunshineX here. Welcome back to the Utopia³ JamPack, which is our compilation of the mods from ModJam 4. We're going to spotlight 5 more mods today. Unfortunately, voting has now ended, so you won't be able to actually vote for these mods. But I'd still encourage you to go check them out and on the ModJam website, which is linked in the description here, and see if you guys, if you like the mod, and you encourage the author to further develop it. We're going to do a few mods. We're going to do a couple methods of ore mining, I guess you would call it, mining. We're going to do a redstone mod that's not complete, and a couple other mods in here. So 5 total mods. Hope you guys enjoy them. Let's get to the first one. Alright, the first mod we're going to look at as part of today's JamPack is Van Hal's Progressive Automation. The description of this mod states, this mod provides low-tech technology tools for common tasks. The tools will be upgraded as the player progresses. Currently, the main feature is a miner block that can be easily built in the early game and upgraded. And in the 4 days of ModJam, he was able to build this miner block, and it actually works really well. I don't see any issues with it. He was able to do the wood one and the stone one, and since ModJam, he's also added a iron and a diamond version. So let's get started looking at this mod. Basically, the first thing you do is you craft the miner, and that's pretty easy to do. You just need some wood and some cobble. So very, very early game, and you've got an automated miner. So you're going to get this wooden miner. Oops, I only need one. You're going to set him down somewhere in the world. Look at his interface, and you're going to see he's going to need a few things. He needs some fuel, he needs a pickaxe, he needs a shovel, and he needs, optionally, some upgrades. It says not ready, need fuel. His range is 1. Basically what this means is this guy, this wooden miner, is going to dig straight down underneath him. There are a couple mods that have items that do that, but this one's a little bit different, so let's explain those differences. The first thing, obviously, is a fuel. It uses any fuel, so I'm going to just throw blocks of coal in there, as they're pretty efficient. And it's also going to say need cobble, so that's actually up here, and we're not going to worry about that right now. But let's put our... well, watch what happens when we put a stone pick. Doesn't work. You can't put it in there, you can't shift click. Okay, no stone picks. So because we're on the wooden miner, we can only use wooden tools, which is really cool. And then if we want, well, let's do it without upgrades. So we need cobble, and we're going to put the cobble there, and it says in mining, 59 blocks. So you can see at the beginning it using the shovel to dig up the dirt that it found, and now it's actually using the pickaxe to mine the stone. It's turning it into cobble and then putting it right back in this slot here. And if you look down here, what it's doing is it's replacing the dirt or the cobble or whatever it finds, honestly, and replacing it with cobble. So no lag, it fills in all of its holes behind itself. Really nice little nifty feature there. So you can see it's very efficient with the coal. We've only burned 1 block and we're still way down. We've already done 30 blocks. Our pickaxe is about to break. We got some coal there, so everything there. As far as inputs and outputs here, we can put a chest right on top of it. And you can see it'll output the items that are non-cobble. Obviously it's going to try and put the cobble back here if it can. And if not, it's going to put it right back in the chest. As far as inputs, we can get a hopper and put that right on the side. Well, sure, the front. No, I was going to put it on the side. It'll work any side. But in this one, we can put things like more cobble, just in case it needs it. We could put more fuel. We could also put more tools. So let's... get a few pickaxes, because we know those are going to break, right? So we might as well have a few. And we can just throw those in here, and it'll use it when it needs them. So it's going to break this wooden pickaxe. And... nope, it's finished. Okay, so that just did 1 block all the way down to bedrock, 1 by 1. If we want it to do more, we'll get some of these upgrades. These are crafted with oak wood around a redstone. And we can get a bunch of them. I'm just going to put in 1 right now. And you can see I'm going to upgrade the range to 2. The wooden upgrade disappeared, but it upgraded my range right there. And see, now it says it's got 119 total blocks, but it's mined 68 of them. And you can see basically it's doing the one behind it. And that's going to go all the way down. The pickaxe broke, and it went ahead and sucked that pickaxe. I can put wooden upgrades in there, and it's going to start sucking those up, and look at the range. It's just going nuts. It's going to... range is not the right term, I don't think, because that's not like a radius or diameter. It's just the number of columns it's going to go down. So at a 64 range, 64 would be an 8 by 8 square. So to get a full chunk of 16 by 16, you guys can do the math. But yeah, so there it goes. It's got 3,877 blocks to mine, and it's done 86 of them. Pretty cool. It's probably mining one out here, maybe? No, I don't know where it's going. Oh, it's starting over here. There it goes. So it's going to mine here, and then it'll probably mine this column, and then this column. And you get all the output. Pretty cool. So it's got too much cobble now, or actually since we're putting cobble in from here, it has nowhere to put it, so it's outputting it into the chest. But you could easily pipe that back around, you know, so that it always has cobble. Make sure it auto-crafts pickaxes with AE or something like that. I guess this would have AE if you're working on a wooden miner. But anyway, let's say this is not cutting it. It's just not mining fast enough for you. Now you're going to upgrade to a stone one. And if I go out of creative mode, I can break it with a pickaxe. And you can see it's going to drop, everything was in it. So it dropped the cobble, it dropped the coal, and all the upgrades. And there's the miner itself, stacked with those. So now I can upgrade it with wood and stone pickaxe. So really all I'm going to do is, I don't know if you would ever use a wooden miner, you'd probably just go straight to this one, get a furnace, melt some stone, and get your stone miner. And if I can get one, there we go. Nope. Why can't I shift click on it? Oh well, I'll use this one. Something's wrong. Oh, because I'm not in creative anymore. There we go. So I can do the same thing. I just put it right back down. So the thing now is we're still going to need cobble, still going to need fuel, still going to need upgrades. We can see this one will not take the wooden upgrades. We have to upgrade the upgrades as well. And that's just an upgrade with stone around it. So I'm going to get a bunch of these. And we can put them in here. And now that range is going up. Needs a shovel, it needs a pick, but look, now that we're at a stone miner, we can put stone tools in there. So now it's going to go, and it's going to go much faster. And that's as far as I can show you. If you go to his actual GitHub and look at the downloads, there's a current one that adds the iron and the diamond, and basically that would go as fast as iron and diamond pick and shovel, so a lot faster than this. But this is really cool because very early on in game, just with a little bit of wood, stone, and redstone, you've got automated mining, and it's, you know, it's going to be about the same speed. You could mine it yourself, but hey, I can do a bunch of these, leave them sitting here, and look, it's going shoom. Pretty cool. Anyway, so that's it for progressive automation. If you have any comments about this mod, leave it in the comments below, or you can go to the author's GitHub and post questions or issues that you have with it there. Let's go look at the next mod. Alrighty guys, the next mod we're going to take a quick look at because I had a request for it, is Redstone Microcircuits. I'll give you the quick description. It says, I don't have much time really, so just looking for a nice thing now. I hope people will see how cool I already looking and like the idea. And it consumes redstone, do not forget about that. So this is a mod that actually did not get finished. But I figured I'd at least show you guys what it is so you can, you know, check it out. Maybe later he'll add updates and it'll become a really cool mod. Anyway, first thing you're going to do is you're going to take some glass and you just break it, just punch it or hit it or whatever, and you're going to get these little glass shards, which is cool because glass usually gives you nothing, so here's at least something you get from glass when you break it. And if you craft that along with 2 pieces of flint and a gravel, you're going to get this raw silicon. Put that in a furnace and you're going to get 2 silicon little circles here. And you put 6 of those together and you get one of these silicon plates. And if you put 3 redstone, 2 stone, and a silicon, you get one of these circuit bases. Or if you put 2 plates, 2 iron, and a redstone, you get one of these basic circuits. So that's the crafting. Now let me actually get into the mod. First you put down these circuit bases down, and you can see that they've got these little, you know, pins, right, basically, and that fits the basic circuit, lines up. And I'm sure he's going to add more, you know, advanced circuits or different kind of circuits that you can do. But they've got a nice little UI here. And it took me a while to figure out what all this did. But let's get a little bit of redstone and just put it on 4 corners here. And what this is intended to do is to take a very complex circuit that might take up, you know, 20 by 20 and put it into one block. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 by 12, sorry. So you got a 12 by 12 grid to work with. And over here would be all of your basic circuits. So you have a redstone, make a comparator, redstone torch, things like that. Things you would use with normal redstone. All he has implemented right now is dust. So that's the only one you can select. But I'm sure he's going to add all the other redstone items that are in the game. And who knows, he might add some of the other modded items. But I think this is intended to take a vanilla redstone contraption and shrink it down a little bit. So we would take and say, maybe like there's some kind of input on the north side. And there's no way to say that this is the input. You see it, there's like no block that goes that way. So, again, it's not done. This is just his concept. But I could say, draw some redstone, and maybe I put a torch here, and then, like a block here, and do this complicated redstone signal, and then we go at the other side. Oops, no. There we go. And basically, then I could just have a lever, or something. I can make a clock inside this one little circuit. Turn it on or something. And here you can see which sides are coming in. So that's the right side that's got a signal. The left one's got one as well. But I can choose, I'm not sure what this golden is, but I can disable sides. I thought I could. Huh. Oh, I think it's because the lever's there. Yeah, the lever's the actual thing making it turn that way. But you can see if you enable them or disable them. And that's basically all there is to show. Is it's a nifty GUI that's not done, but eventually this could be really cool. Because then also people could post on the web and then just draw their circuit, and it'd be so much easier to copy that than try and do a bunch of things in the world. But yeah, so I like the mod. I like the concept. It's not done, so you can't really do anything with it. But hopefully the author will continue and bring it actual to a working state. Let's go look at the next mod. Alrighty, guys. The next mod we're going to take a look at is a mod called Glowing Octo Wall Hack. I have no idea what reference that is to, because this is a portal mod. But Glowing Octo Wall Hack is the name of it. The description says, Glowing Octo Wall Hack, a mod about teleportation. So that you can assume that he's adding more teleportation later, but right now it's just portals. To build a portal, we're going to start with the portal base down like that, and we're going to build a frame around it, and it needs to be at least 3 by 3 by 3 or 3 by 3. So that is a valid portal. I can't walk through it, but a minecart could, or a mob. If I want to walk through it, I can make it a little bit bigger, and I could go bigger than that even if I wanted to. And that's pretty easy. There's my portal. Now I've got to have somewhere I want it to take me. So let's go over here and do the same thing. And there we go. Okay, there's our 2 portals. First thing we're going to do is take a portal IP card and click on that. You can see it gets all glowy. Take another one and click on that. Then we need to come to this one, and with an empty hand, put the portal IP of the other one. So in this IP card, it tells you the IP address of that other portal, as well as the XYZ coordinates, and the dimension as well. So this can go cross-dimension. The only caveat being it does not self-chunk load, so you need some way to chunk load your portals on both sides. So let's put that one there, and put this one here. We should have a 2-way portal system. If not for, we need to add some redstone. So let's put that there. Should all get green. Sometimes it doesn't work, but we'll see. It's been a little bit buggy in my testing. Yeah, see, somehow they just don't connect. But anyway, let's walk in and see what happens. Nothing. Yeah, it's very picky. I think if you have any red on it at all, it doesn't work. It could be that you can't make 2-way portals. I don't know. Let's try and make another one. Because I know at one point I did get it to work. It did teleport me, so I know that it is implemented, just not working entirely. Alright, let's try and send you instead to here. There we go. So that one worked. So it looks like 2 directional portals are not implemented yet. Oops, the other one. So just take note of that if you decide to use this mod. Oh, it only worked once. No, it should have been this one. Huh. Yeah, it seems like it only works once. Oh, there it went! Just very finicky. Do I need to, maybe the ticking and only ticks every couple seconds? No? Come on, let me through, let me through. Or maybe it's a charge afterward or something. I don't know. It's not described very well as far as what needs to happen. It's just supposed to work. There it goes. Now it worked again. You should be able to die. There you go. So green is an input, or one that's configured, correctly. But then you can die the inside. Oh, that looks ugly as hell, but that's all right. Who cares about graphics in a ModJam mod? This is just for, to show something cool that people can code. Anyway, so it's not totally reliable and not entirely working every way possible, but Glowing Octa Wall Hacks is a very nice little teleporter mod. I love the modular size of the portals. If I'm just sending a minecart through, I only want a little tiny portal. Why have this gigantic nether portal style? Plus nether portals, well, at least they used to not be even, or odd. They were always even, which bugged me. These ones can be any size, as long as they're 3x3 minimum. Okay, so that was Glowing Octa Wall Hack. Let's go take a look at the next one. Alrighty guys, this next mod is called Magical Rings. Description states, this mod is all about rings, specifically rings similar to those found in RPG and fantasy games. Your journey into the realm of magical rings begins with a book, Mystical Accessories Volume 1. As you read through the pages, you learn how to make the rings, infuse them with magic, and use them. This mod is very complete for only being 4 days of ModJam. I'm pretty impressed. So let's take a look at it. And one of the first things is this book. We really love those mods that have their own book, right? You don't have to go to the wikis for it, and this one is one of the cases for it. So it says, description of it, and says, just by reading this book, you now have the ability to do magic with your rings. You've got a ring accessory. There's 4 ways to use it. Sometimes you click on them. Sometimes you click on a block. Sometimes you click on... I guess that's later when it tells you that. Anyway, or you could have them active all the time. I guess we should read through this whole thing because it resets to page 1 every time. They made a ring forge. The ring forge is how you make them. They take 2 types of material with 10 pieces of each material. So 20 ingots total to make a ring. You also can add a gem to it, and the gems affect how strong it is. Here's the recipe for a ring forge. You also need a hammer. You can make an iron or a diamond hammer. Then you've got an altar that you use to add magic spells to your ring. And it's basically, you can see it in the background with one of these black altars in the middle and then the stone altars around it. And the infuser altar is where you put your ring and also where you click on it with the spell that you want to use. It takes 30 levels to start an infusion. And that's the recipe for the fusion altar. Stone altar. Pretty easy recipe. That's how you lay them out. And here's the spell parchment. You find these in dungeons. When you use them, they are consumed, and along with your 30 levels. You can copy them though, so make a copy first and then store one safely in case you mess it up, and then you can use this one to actually make the ring. And if you hold shift on over a parchment, it will tell you what items are required for the infusion. There's the ring, the 4 different ways to use a ring. Right click on it, right click a block, right click a target, or just shift click it to have it active all the time. So different spells are going to use different mode. Each ring is going to start with 100 MP, and you can gain MP by just drinking mysterious potions, which are not easy to make. You're going to have to go to the Kill a Wither to do that. And that's it for the instruction book. So I went here and I looked at all the magic spells. We've got Enderport, Friendly Fire, Blazing Wrath, Heaven Strike, Angel's Kiss, Bountiful Harvest, Disarm, and Right to Bear Arms. I'm not sure what they all do. I'm going to let you guys discover them on your own. But you can see you've got all this ore. There's tungsten and platinum. And you've also got all these, they're called ores, but they drop gems. So that's how you make them. This mod supports steel, and I'm sure that's ore dictionary if possible to allow you to use steel as well. So let's make a ring. You come to the tool forge. You're going to put your hammer in it. You can see it starts with 15 durability. It's going to use 1 every time you make a ring, so you can make 15 rings. You're only going to need really 1 hammer, I'm sure. Then you pick your 2 metals. Iron is going to be your weakest, so if you use double iron, you're going to get this crappy little ring with 0 power boost. That's not even a ring, is it? I don't know. You can use the next level up, which would be gold, and you can combine these together and see. Actually, that's still plus 0. But I really like the graphics here. If I put the gold on the outside, it makes the border gold and the inside iron, silver. But this way, it did the opposite. Pretty cool. I think steel is going to be your next material. See, now we're up to +1 by doing that. I think double gold is actually +1. Yeah, it is. Double steel, is that still 1? Yes, it is. If you now go to platinum, I think is next level up. Yeah, we're at +2 now. +3 with 2 platinum. And if we go to tungsten, I think that's also +3. So double platinum or double tungsten, or mix the 2 metals together, will give you a +3 ring. Pretty cool. I don't know how rare those are. I assume they're as rare as diamond or rarer. Then we're going to add our gem. So we've got jade, sapphire, peridot, amethyst, ruby, and amber. I think sapphire doesn't add anything. Peridot +3. So a lot of the, oh, there we go. Amber made it go +4. +4 is the highest I've been able to get a ring. And usually seems to be with amber and amethyst. Jade as well. So those are the high values. These are the weak ones. And now we've got a +4 ring. Give it a name as we craft it too. So let's call this jade ring +4. Sure. And I've got it there. I'm going to go ahead and take that ring, and right now it does nothing, right? You can't click on it. You can turn it on by shift-clicking, but there's nothing to cast. And I'm going to just throw it in the center here. Let's set it to day. And now I need a spell. Of all those spells, I picked Bountiful Harvest because that just seemed easy to know what it does. And if you hold shift over it, you can see it takes bone, iron hoe, grass block, and bone meal. So I need to put those on here. I can put them anywhere, right? It's not like Thaumcraft where you have to like lay them out nicely. And then I'm just going to make sure I have 30 levels. Since I'm in creative, that's really easy. I have them in infinite levels, and I'm going to click on the block here, and you should see these guys burn. There they go. Burn, 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 and burn. Lightning, and we've got our ring. I can click on this. Jade ring +4 now has the spell Bountiful Harvest. You can see over in the left there, I've got 100 out of 100 magic points. And let me go ahead and break some of this wheat and get some seeds. And let's go ahead and plant them. And basically all we've got is bone meal. 3x3 bone meal. Actually, I don't know. It might be more than 3x3. Let's check. I think it's 3x3. But I don't want to say something wrong, so I'm going to test it just for you guys. Alright, so if I put... creative mode's tough to demo stuff sometimes. Alright, let's click on this one and we can tell how far away it went. Yep, it's 3x3 for sure. Cool, so it's a 3x3 bone meal. It's, let's get into survival mode just to see how much it uses of this MP. Alright, I'm gonna... Give me some seeds, please. There we go. Alright, let's watch the MP over there. Wow, 30. Is it recharging? Okay, it is recharging. Okay, good. I was getting a little bit nervous that that was like, once it's gone, but no. So it uses quite a bit to bone meal, but then it recharges. If we use one of those potions, there they are, mysterious potion, we can watch our MP go up. Now it's at 300, and I don't think you can do it again, but let's try. I always make those statements, and I'm like, well, I better try it just to be sure. Oh, it can. Wow, it goes up 200 every time you drink one. All right, I was wrong. At least we tried it. We tested it, and now we know. So if you kill the wither a lot and have a lot of diamonds, you can have a lot more MP. That's it for this mod. Let's keep doing it. I've got time for one more. And just note that this mod has a ton of other spells. I'm not sure if they're all implemented, if they'll all work, but you might as well go check them out. It's also got onions and onion rings. And I think that's just a pun on, this is the ring mod, so I'm gonna add onion rings. But yeah, you can have onion rings. Can you actually infuse these? I wonder if you can. That would be hilarious. Anyway, let's go check out the next mod, guys. All right, guys, the final mod for today's JamPack will be Minefracturing, which is amazing. I'm so surprised this was done in 4 days. It is so complete and so it just works, right? So let's read the description. It says the submission or mod Minefracturing. The mod basically adds the opportunity to multiply your ore income by infesting the world. So we can know what side of the political argument he is on the whole fracking issue. As you know, there's a very controversial back and forth on whether fracking is worth it, if it does damage to the environment or, provides us with nice, clean energy. So let's go with Minefracturing and create one of the coolest multi-block structures I've seen in a long time. So first thing you need is the material extractor, and then you're going to put 13 traverses on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to put an extra one, so 14, and then put this bore on top, and you can see nothing happens. But if I do 13, we know we did it right because these wires appear. So 13 is what you're aiming for, and then add the bore on the top. Now the bore is what's going to do all the work. You can see the little drill appeared in the middle. We need to get him some fracking fluid. That's the material, the fluid that's pumped down into the well to force the natural gas and other stuff out of it. So there's our little fluid. Put that there. I'm also going to put some piping for the output. If you're not familiar with fracking, basically it's a method of forcing water down into a well that's drilled out, and then you pump back up gas and ore and material and a bunch of other oil and that kind of stuff. Tons of other stuff comes out. It's all magic. Not really, but that's what we're going to go with for now. We're going to need this chemical mixer, and this is what's going to be used to make the fracking fluid, so that's going to be put right here. We also, as the material comes out, we might get some oil, so I want a nice little tank that I can store that oil in, and then get extracted if need be. So it's a 3x3x4 multi-block structure, with the second row here having a tank controller, and then every other row just being these tank blocks. Really easy to make. Alright, and that should have made our multi-block. Let's see. Yes. So we have this giant tank, 750 buckets, and obviously we can just get a normal vanilla bucket, and once stuff is in there, we can extract it out. You can also take it out from the bottom, so if you wanted to pump the fluid out, you could do it down there. The inputs are on any side, really. And then also, besides our oil, we might get some ore, so we might need these condensers here, if we can find them. There we go. A condensing chamber. That's going to take our liquid ore and make dust out of it, basically. Need to run pipes to all of them. Okay, and that's pretty much it for our multi-block structure. It looks really cool. It looks like very industrial, all that kind of stuff. So, to make this guy work, first we're going to need to put some... Oh, I forgot that GUI is busted, but it's since been fixed. If you go with the latest version, we need some slime balls, we need some redstone, and we need some blaze powder. Those are the 3 materials we're going to mix together to make the fracking fluid. We're also going to need some any kind of burnable material. You can also actually burn oil. So if the oil that you get out of this machine, you could just put right back into it. I can see it grew it. I'm going to go ahead and put some blocks in there as well. And now it's that little progress bar is going to go across, and when it does, it's going to make that fracking fluid and put it up here in our bore, in this little guy here. The bore also needs some fuel, so let's put some block of coal in there. And that's going to start burning, and you should just be able to see this little drill to start to digging once everything's working. Should be going fairly soon here. Are we doing it right? Alright, should be going. Heat up. Come on. There it goes. It's not super fast. But now what it needs to do is it needs to drill all the way to bedrock. And it's going to be slow. And you can kind of help it, but I'm going to just go ahead. And I'm a little bit nervous I'll go right through bedrock, so let's make sure we don't do that. Just get it down to 7, 6. Let it dig the rest of the way. Actually, I guess it doesn't want to. It's probably still thinking it's up there. That's alright, it'll finish. Once it gets down to bedrock, then it's going to start analyzing what's around it and pumping the fluid in. So you can see we've got all this fluid built up, but it has to go down to bedrock, and that's all the science of fracking as you're looking, for this deposits in the bedrock, and that's it's true to the actual science of it. So this has not hit bedrock yet, but I'm going to go over to this one, which I've been running for a while, and you can see that it has hit bedrock. And once it gets to bedrock, it's slowly going to analyze all the way around it, and we've got up to 100% now. And now it's going to start fracking. Let's see if we got anything. We've got 23 buckets of oil have come out of there. And this has only been running for maybe 5 minutes, so 23 buckets is pretty good. Here we've got a stack and a half of coal dust, stack and a half of iron dust, more iron and coal. Oh, even lapis and redstone. So basically what it's doing is it's just looking around it. I'm not sure how far it searches, but it's just looking for ores, coal and iron and redstone and lapis. I don't think it does diamond. It might. Who knows? And it's just going to bring it up to the surface, which is awesome. And then now, not only does it bring up the surface, it turns it into dust form, which means you can multiply it, right? So we take a furnace. Take some kind of fuel, and now we're going to get an ingot for every dust, and then made 2 dust for 1 ore that I found below here. So I'll leave it up to him to write a wiki on exactly how long these things take and how much liquid you need, what's around, how many blocks it searches and that kind of thing to find the fluid. But isn't that an awesome looking model? It's just this big tower. You've got the the supporting wire, some very industrial looking buildings. I think the only thing that could use an improvement is this tank. Everything else looks pretty good, and maybe give it a few more colors. Maybe add some yellow or red. I think would add a little bit of pop to the guy. So that's Minefracturing, guys. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Utopia3 JamPack. Come back next time, we'll do another 5 mods if we can fit them all in. And eventually, hopefully, we'll get to at least all of them that will load without crashing. This has been FunshineX. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. It really helps me a lot. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. It's free. And if you have a comment, please put it down below, and I'll reply as soon as possible. Thanks, guys. Catch you later. Bye.